Okay, so as I recall, I had just been awoken by a woman in a flowered dress who told me to hurry up and get dressed, put on a new suit that to Haggard's eyes was from, a history museum. And I'd found my wallet and looked at a driver's license that had my name on it. I think is exactly where we left. So, still looking at the license, are there any dates on it? That's about what I figured. So, do you want me? Okay, so. Okay. Okay. Um, I'll flip through the wallet and try. Is there anything else in there of note or interest? Oh, ooh, what is written on the badge? Hmm. Huh. Well, looking around, do I find any kind of pistol or holster kind of rig set up? Don't think I have anything that will particularly work here. Ah, oh, sorry. Yeah. It's security's just 3, so okay. Well, I guess I put. Is it like a shoulder holster? Is it like one that clips onto the belt, or okay? Well, I guess I'll. All right, so I'll put that on, and then I guess kind of head on out into the house toward something about the kids. I would have a chance to say goodbye to the kids, so I'll kind of like head through the house towards the sound of any talking or noise. Right. I hug them, although a little bit weirded out, but okay. You kids finish up your breakfast now, and you'll need to get going. Well, the policeman can never uh, get there too early, son. I guess I will take my seat kind of at the head of the table. I'm looking to see if there's a calendar or a newspaper or anything. Um, so I scan the paper while I eat my breakfast. Is there coffee? Is it good coffee? Okay, some things. Yeah, I'll definitely lean into the coffee. So, what's going on in the world according to the paper? Mm-hmm. So, I picked up a focus in history. Um, do I remember anything just in general? I'm not looking for something specifically 1954, but about what it was, Earth's political military history during this time period, roughly. To give you con, I'll give you a threat for third die. Huh. Hmm. And everybody kind of afraid of nuclear war and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so kind of yeah, it's unusual to. So do I recognize anybody in any of the photographs in the paper? Okay. I guess I finish breakfast. Do what? Right. Right. Okay. I guess I will uh, finish breakfast. Dear, did anything strange happen last night? Hmm. You're sure? Hmm. Must have been a dream. So finish breakfast, see the kids off to wherever the hell they're going. Um, give the wife. Okay. Huh. Okay. um, I'll head out, and I'll kind of keep an eye out for anything that looks like it might be some sort of surveillance device. Although I know those are hard to spot these days. Do I have car keys? Do I? Okay. Do I know how to drive? But no, I'm just wondering if, kind of searching my memory, if it kind of comes into, oh yeah, of course, you stick the key in the ignition and. But I don't feel like it's necessarily something I really know how to do. Okay. Okay, so is there a car in the drive? Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to get in. Computer activate. Oh wait, that's probably not going to work. So, okay, I will see if I can just look around, see what the controls and everything look like. There's a big wheel, I know. Is there a lever sticking up out of the floor, or? Oh, good Lord, it's a column shift. That's even worse. Okay, so I'll take a minute to see if I can't kind of suss things out as much as possible, and then see if I can't fit the key to the ignition keyhole. Mm, here goes nothing. Huh. Okay. So I will, before I do anything else, I'll also kind of gently touch each of the two pedals and see what happens. Like, cuts off again. Okay, I'll crank it back up. All right, let me see if I can figure out, is there the stick on the side of the column, is there like a dial or something that when I move it, something moves to? Okay. Okay, let's put it into R and see if I can't. Which way is the car facing? Is it towards the house or towards the road? Okay, so yeah, put it in R and see if I can't carefully back up the car. Gosh. Okay, I'll take a momentum for a third die. Oh, sorry. Actually, history if it works. Okay. Okay, and once I kind of get it pointed in a direction, I'll put it and move it to D and kind of carefully pull out. Okay, I think we're beyond what history can do here, so I'm going to click off of focus. We'll take a third die. Oof. No luck. All right, see if I can't crank it up. That's the car assist. Assist. Let's try this again. Spin the momentum for a third die. And that's it for me rolling good tonight. Okay, I'll try and, if I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable, kind of try to match whatever general traffic speed is, not stand out too much. Okay. Does it appear that like there are a bunch of cars heading in a particular direction? Okay. I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just going to kind of drive around.
I look around. You're assuming I know what a combustion engine is. I sit up and look around, reach for my tricorder, which I'm guessing I'm not going to find. I'll check over my clothes. Maybe my communicator's on me. Oh, that's great news. That's wonderful. Okay. Where does it appear I am? Am I in? Is it a prison cell? A room? Is there a window? I'll look out the window. I step back from the window. I look around the walls for some sort of interface device or comm panel, I most likely find a thermostat and fiddle with it for a few minutes, realizing it isn't doing anything. Um, hmm. Well, that smell I know. I'm gonna move to where the burning smell is. I'm ma'am, are you all right? All right. Where am I? I don't believe so. Just a little foggy today. Um, yeah. Do you know where my work clothes are? Um, yeah, toast is fine. Well, hey, I could make something real quick. You don't have to do it. All right. Walk back to my room where the closet is and slowly think about the period I'm in, how she's talking. She sounds like she's speaking English, right? Does it seem to have an accent I'm familiar with, like Northeast Americas? Or does it sound like an obvious stranger accent from further away from where I'm normally from? Someone. Yeah, it's something my character would pick up, and I probably wouldn't. Um, Cultural studies. I'll spend a momentum. Might get it back. Might get back and change. Yeah. I look around at the trappings of the house I'm in. Is this like a 1950s style house? Or, sorry, more accurate to what this character would think, a pre-20th century era house. So, when did they do the interments again? He mutters as he looks into the closet. But I don't know this house. I never lived in a house like this. So they can't be using my memories. I'm going to hopefully find a closet and look through the clothing there. Uh, Feeling at the material, it feels somewhat coarse. It's not very smooth like silk. Okay, so I'm not rich. Great, it's like visiting my grandmother again. Wonderful. Starts taking it out and looking it over. At first, checking to see if there's any weird, like, Federation markings on it. Like, this is some weird intelligence test he's being put through. Finds probably the clothing label. Well, I'm trying to think positive here. Maybe this is all one big joke. I'll look through the jacket and the pants and so on. I'll get dressed and I'll. Is it fit or does it feel like it's something off the rack? Ooh. Okay, so I can actually buy. That's odd. I might make enough money to get a tailor. It doesn't answer where I am. Right. I'm gonna go back to the bed and check the nightstand. Well, I'm not that lucky. Pick up the wallet and leaf through it. Under whose authority is this? What seal is on the license? Yep. Although he's a Canadian, so he's not from his American history is a little fuzzier. Look over the card a couple times, make sure I didn't miss anything, and I don't. Okay. That's my picture. Look over the badge. Assuming it's a badge of office. Mid 20. Paradise Falls. Something. Police department? Peace department? What did they call them back then? Oh well. Lieutenant. Okay. You said there's another piece of ID? I'll get over. Any sort of currency or in the or jewelry in the maybe small baubles of glass beads? Hey, I know what that is. This will help. I'll look over the currency and see who it's issued by. Paradise Falls. Uh-oh. Oh, well, that... Okay. Um, does it put it in ones and twos and fives, or do like hundreds? It's like sort of like American denominations, or more like... Okay, put that away. Okay. Mr. Paranoia is hoping he will search his wallet. He's hoping he'll find a little device in his wallet. He's not going to find one. But he looks anyway. Like, aha! Oh, no. Okay. That's just my cards. Great. I'll fold up my wallet. The badge I'll pocket. Okay. I'm going to go out to the kitchen. Ooh. And the lady isn't here anymore. I'll take a seat, grab some jelly, have some toast. Start trying to remember my history lesson from mid-20th century, because yeah, that's a thing I studied all the time. So, just wondering about the state fair is all. Oh, I'm sure it is. Good toast, by the way. Thank you. Well, I mean, I'll get breakfast tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Well, more that I don't want you to melt the pan to the burner next time. He grins at that. I can help. I don't want to make you do all this when I could be helping out. Besides which, we have to get we can't keep getting new pans. He'll rattle off some French, asking about how she slept, just to see if she goes along with him or not. Yep. And she doesn't miss a beat. She just kind of rolls with it. Is there an accent to it? The same accent as before. It's not a person who's like pidgin. It's not a universal translator thinking. It's someone who knows the language. Which makes sense. She's my home partner. Can I speak it? Right. Uh-oh. Which is? Nope. Don't know that. I use UT for that. I'm sorry? Yes, very good. How long have you been in Paradise Falls anyway? I always forget. I mean, you get to a lieutenant, you think you'd remember this sort of thing. Ah, the Great War. Ride. why not just take the transit system? Saves resources, and we all get there roughly around the same time. Oh, I see. No. Just feeling a bit communal is all. You might want to drive today, though. I'm a little, I don't know. This morning, I'm just all out of sorts. Sure. I'll spend a moment. Hey. Oh. I thought I'd misheard you. Um, um, wait, I'm sorry. Dr. Molson? You know what? I think I should. I think I should have a chat with Dr. Molson. Like I said, I'm all sorts. You can take the car, or if you can drive me to the where the doctor is. I don't think a house call is very appropriate. Yeah, that's probably wise. I observe her with academic curiosity of, oh my god, that's a rotary phone, and it works. Good. I thought she actually paused. Stepford wife just freezes. Have a good day. Right. I am going to look over the phone and pick it up, or mimic what she did. Uh, date check, please. Date check. Uh, time check. He's making an assumption that, and he's wrong. Ooh, he thought it was much earlier than that. Whoops. Thank you. And hangs it up. Oh, okay. I'm going to inspect the house, see if I can find some sort of book, journal, diary, or for the love of all that's holy in the universe, something that's not 20th century technology. Look for activation switch or toggle. I'll try turning it. Does it seem like a surveillance system of some kind? Try different dials, see if I get different pictures. Ooh. Bit violent for this early in the day. Computer identify program. Oh shoot! Wait, that's not a thing. I'll try turning it back off again. Actually, I'm going to see if there is some sort of news broadcast system or public newsletter type system. There's only 8 channels, so it doesn't take me long. Ugh. Should be using Kelvin. It's a more accurate system. Did they show a map of Paradise Falls or anything like that? Like where the cloud covers are going? Oh, that might not be a thing yet. He'll wait to see. Maybe they'll show a map of where we are. Yeah, I'm not that lucky. I'm going to leave that playing in the background. Is there some sort of volume dial? Okay, I'll turn it up a bit more so I can hear it while I'm wandering around. I'll examine what kind of books are on the shelf. Does it look to be subjects that I'm familiar with, or some ones I'm not? Like are they outside what I normally would be studying? I mean, the law is one of them, but I'll flip through the books, just making sure there's words in them, checking for illustrations, getting a rough idea of the person who works here, how educated they seem. So where's the computer? Oh wait, there isn't one. Don't worry, I'm just role playing out how frustrated Wolfgang is right now. He likes the simple things, but this is getting annoying. And it's actually too urban. He wants to be out in the woods, not in this damn house around this loud combustion noises with silly televisions. He'll check over the desk, see if there's anything in there that might be probative. Again, hoping to find something that will reveal what he's doing up to or where he is. Ooh, what's the address? As I recall, the lady said that the doctor was on their way. Okay, I'm gonna go outside of the house and look around. I'm not getting too far from the house. I'm just staying near it. I'm examining the grounds, trying to get a feel for what kind of culture I'm in, how close it is to human culture. Seeing if it's Americana, if it fits, that sort of thing. No one else seems disoriented. Oh, is there a car in the driveway? Oh, mid-20th century technology. Great. More of it. And that's what that smell is. Great. Exhaust. Wonderful. Great. It's just great. It's the middle of the day. I can't look at the stars. Looks like to be yellow sun like Earth would have. Without staring at the darn thing, because that's not smart. Sky looks roughly right color. Clouds don't look strange or alien. They look kind of Earth-like. As Earth-like as mid-20th looks anyway. Cool. I'm gonna get myself a. Oh, go ahead. Dr. Molson, I presume. Sure. Does this person look familiar from the crew manifest? Please. Certainly. I'll walk inside. Does the Latin phrase the player forgot the darn phrase. Shoot, hold on. Does the Latin phrase ex astra sancta mean anything to you, Doctor? He's quoting the motto of Starfleet Academy. Oh, just used to go to school there, and it was to a place that had that motto, and for the life of me, I can't remember what school it was. I've been around a bit, so they all tend to blur together. Did he seem to recognize the word? Did he have the look of a man who recognized the phrase, or he's just confused I was quoting Latin at him? Security. I'll throw a momentum at that. Because I don't have a really good focus for it, honestly. Hey. So, have you heard of the good ship Pioneer going out to sea? I heard it got lost. Something like that, yeah. I figured you'd have some news about it, actually. I figure you might know someone aboard. Ah. One hopes, yes. Actually, I'm feeling a lot better. Do you mind, if it's all right with you, Doctor, of course, if you mind giving me a drive in? I don't really trust myself behind the wheel right yet. You could say that, yeah. Thank you, Doctor. I just follow after him.
You might be.
Okay. So, I guess I'll just quickly look around and take in my surroundings real quick.
You look around. It's
Okay, I guess I'll look and see what I'm wearing. I'll get up and poke my head out in the direction of the sound. Okay. I'll look at him and go, what was that?
I assume that was Anders he saw. Oh, this tripped over a stupid hose. Dropped a wrench. Ugh. Stupid. Radiator's busted in this one, he says, looking up at one of the cars. They're looking at one of the cars. I know he's basically looked at the cars to try and get his mind off the fact that he's internally freaking out. But he will off mention, by the way, Lieutenant Commander, do you know where the hell we are?
It appears to be some sort of... I want to say old mechanic shop?
Sir, I don't want to point out the blatantly obvious, but I got that part. My parents owned a shop like this.
Look, Anders, I don't think it's where we are that's important. And Martell will lean in a little closer and just whisper, it's when.
I didn't see a calendar or anything. Been kind of trying to get my mind off of it, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I guess if you're trying to keep your mind off it, go on ahead and pull the radiator in that one. We'll see if we can find something here.
Yes, sir. And he will do that. He will start working on one of these cars while I guess he goes and does something else because he's kind of freaking out.
Oh, and Anders,
Sir,
wherever and whenever we are, probably would be best to just call me Martell.
fair enough. And he will start working on the car.
More just like trying to figure out when we are, trying to find a newspaper or anything that has a date on it. Well, there's a blast.
What was that, sir?
Nothing, Anders. I'll tell you here in a minute.
All right.
I guess Martel is probably gonna step outside the front of the shop and see if any of the surrounding area looks familiar. Like a gas and auto place?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll probably go back inside trying to remember if there was ever a place called that in the past. And basically, while I'm thinking on that, I'm getting dressed into something more presentable. Well, then, I guess I put those on. Okay, and I don't remember any of my ancestors having a place like. Okay, then in that case, I'll probably just go on ahead and quote unquote open shop, I guess.
Hmm. Am I dressed or just like he would put some clothes on? He starts to get dressed, looking around. What's the insignia? This is an elaborate prank. Well, he obviously is start to get dressed. Is this thing attached to the hat, or is it? Well, he start to get dressed. He'd look around to see if there's anything else, like a weapon or a nightstick, or I'm not sure. Well, I don't think this has a stun setting. But he'd take that with him. Is there any newspapers or? Well, I think as soon as he gets dressed, he'd try the doors to make sure he can actually get out. Like he'd stare at the town just in amazement, 'cause it's like, oh boy. Mm. He'd try to look for any his old equipment, but obviously he won't be able to find any since he hasn't found. Yeah. Can I see a town, like what you would class as a meeting area, like not so much what he would see as a meeting area, like a clock tower or a park area or something? Okay, well he'd go outside then. Oh yeah. Good day. I don't suppose you can help me. I haven't been here that long. Can you tell me where the town hall is, please? Mm. No, I must have slept a bit too much. Thank you for your assistance. And he'd go to walk towards the town hall.
She will look at Chitre and say, I want scans of the area. I want warp trails. If you can find any, find them. She says, Tezuva, find out what the hell knocked us out. She says, I guess doctor, make sure all the non-human crew members are taken care of. Make sure there's no lasting effects of any of this.
Okay.
Sensor operations focus. And I'll throw a momentum at it just to be... nah, we have 5. Generating more is going to happen anyway. Reroll the ship, please, for computer expertise. Thank you. And my complications bought off. It's true. Have we moved from our previous location before disappearance? And I'll use my one that was studious, and I'll use studious to ask. Are there any strange energy readings on the ship? Mainly looking for transporter-alike technology or something like that. Nothing that isn't supposed to be there, like EPS and all that. Cool. Shoot. Lieutenant, I've scanned the nearby area. We have not moved from our previous location. There are no contacts or any trail of any ships that have left the area. I've also taken the liberty to scan the ship to see if anyone who went missing was transported off. There are no signs on sensors of any transportation technology that I can detect.
That's disconcerting. Tezuva, any luck on what knocked us out? Yeah, the captain is supposed to.
Sorry, I was muted. Tezuva will check the security log, see if he can't pinpoint the origin of the sonic weapon that knocked all the crew out, paying particular attention to that alien probe that we took on board in the supposedly sealed lab. It appears that the sonic weapon or pulse originated from the engineering lab where we locked down that alien probe. Lieutenant, I would guess that that's the source.
She will call down to that lab. Is the probe still in containment? She'll call down. Ah,
Yeah, Mira was the only one left in there.
okay. She will hit her. She will hit the chair and say, Miss von Wartburg, if you could please go to the engineering lab. Instant Mirror needs your help looking at a probe. Please, she says, since you can't order her.
There's a delay before any response occurs. Sorry, what?
We just lost 514 crew members, and Instant Mirror requires your help in an engineering lab, ma'am.
Well, where's the captain?
Part of the missing, ma'am. Your other as well.
Wartburg's fine. Just, yeah. I'll let you know when I get there. I have to
you.
throw myself together.
Thank you. And she will look at the doctor to see if he has found anything about any of the other crew members left aboard that are injured due to, you know.
There's no. Yeah. Nothing that would stand out.
Tezuva will go over the internal security logs during that time period, see if anything was picked up there.
She just kind of lets out a big sigh and says, any ideas? From anybody?
I have one, but I'm finding my head's hurting. What if that was a message rather than just to knock us out? It's like a screen. Would they be able to track to see if anything picked it up? Ah, my head.
I could check the sensor logs. Maybe the ship caught whatever it was while everyone was stunned.
Internal security logs show nothing, just people disappearing. And only humans.
Why would you want only humans?
It's not
Other
like they're
than,
interesting or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, they are diverse in certain ways, but...
Doctor, when you were aboard the Pioneer, you said there were no bodies or any evidence of bodies.
Yeah.
But they were a mixed crew. Humans, Centaurians, Vulcans.
Were they? I thought most early Starfleet vessels were human crewed.
But the fact we didn't find even one is odd. Is more what Trey's driving at. It's like there should be somebody from one of the early races on there.
Well, no, what I was really driving at was that if the Pioneer crew disappeared and they were all human, and then the only people taken from the Argo were also human, perhaps...
Yes, there is similarities.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they were taken by the same source, and perhaps since the Pioneer crew was taken 100 years ago, whatever took them Only
came back when we brought that on the ship.
right. Only took creatures of the same species, for whatever reason.
It could be specific towards human.
Sir, remember the Arconians when you and the captain and the rest were aboard their computer probe. It felt like you were, to you anyway, from your reports, felt like it was really you. Perhaps the device has somehow downloaded our crewmates?
That left behind bodies, though.
The transporter doesn't.
This is true.
Looking over the initial reports, this massive data storage capability.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking, did we really leave there? I mean, the first one. Are we all still trapped? That thought's going to haunt me. But it's not going to help with this particular problem.
Tazuva snaps his beak, kind of the Rajilian Chelon version of rolling his eyes.
All right. She will also calm down to engineering. Is everything all right down there?
I'm
assuming. Captain.
Oh yeah, everything's peachy down here. The chief engineer's AFK. Can't find Lieutenant Anders anywhere, and 3/4 of this engineering detail just went poof. So yeah, things are fine here. How about up there?
About the same situation. I'm sending you somebody to help.
Oh goody.
And
You may not like him.
Just think about this. Is it Ensign Pass or Lieutenant?
Lieutenant JG, yeah.
Lieutenant, you'll have something worth whining about.
Well, we'll all have something worth whining about if 1/4 of the engineering crew can't keep this boat running.
She will say, "Do your best, Pass."
Hmm.
And then she will cut that comm and then hit the other one and say, basically she's sending Kin down to engineering to help Pause. So the other Sonadel.
Forgot that you called him Ken.
Yeah.
Kengo.
Well, it's Kenra and Ken. Yeah.
Hello? Sorry, where are we again? I'm a bit confused. I thought I was going to engineering.
Engineering lab.
Oh, right. Yes.
Where we kept the probe.
You see why I was a little concerned why you were sending her to the engineering room. I was like, why are you sending the scientist there? She's of no help. Oh, there. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oops. Yeah. What's the question we're
Okay.
trying to answer? What happened to everybody?
So,
Okay.
From my notes, the probe sucks energy from its surroundings. It is transmitting to a long-range receiver somewhere. It's sending out a signal. And it has like massive storage capability, I think. Yeah. But yeah, so it is transmitting to something and across long range. We learned all this just right before the sonic boom killed us.
Yeah, that was why Mira was there, was because it was transmitting.
Right.
The reason you were there was to science the shit out of it.
Yeah, Captain.
I wasn't there to science the shit out of it.
No, that
I was on
you,
the bridge.
Commander. So, I don't know. I'd go with science as a discipline, yeah?
Oh, fudge muffins.
Subspace communications is one.
Well, that'd be communications. I don't know if that. Well, let's put it on there because it does have something to do with long distance.
Astronavigation.
I wouldn't say that. No, I don't see it fitting because we have to think of how it got people there. Oh,
So we're coming up with possible avenues of investigation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, subspace communication.
I don't know if this one will apply. I'm gonna see if it makes sense. Those aren't the claims. I'm just writing them down so I don't forget. Although
was equipped. Transporter replicators, that might be one. What about sensors? Because it does have advanced sensors.
that tells us how they see them, it doesn't explain how it moved them. Is the problem? That's why I like subspace communication, because that's a way you could transmit something. If it was particularly advanced, maybe they transported it over subspace. Because that's how you can move things at faster than light speed, other than warp travel. Which actually, you're warp traveling communications. Reverse engineering, that's dangerous to use for science, but let's put it on there just for the sake of ideas we're throwing out there. Oh, I'm in the wrong book. No wonder I wasn't finding it.
I would say forensics maybe, but that might not work.
Theology,
what-
because it could have been an act of God.
Xenotechnology, actually.
Yeah.
Not that anyone has it, but that is a thing.
Maybe power systems. I mean, it's not necessarily science, but this does have this weird power matrix.
Wouldn't be a
I've got
medicine
biology, but
I'm liking subspace communications and transporter replicators best so far.
What we actually, instead of just being subspace communications, we can widen it out a bit to be subspace theory, because we're not trying to see how they communicated. How they communicate is important to us, but that won't tell us how they move people. But subspace theory might be able to cover how they move someone across great distances.
Right. Although we might be able to backtrack their where it's communicating to.
Right. Temporal mechanics. No. Unified field theory. No, it doesn't really help us. That's more gravity and stuff. quantum. No. Okay. So I'm thinking. Actually, sorry. I'm assuming I'm the science lead here.
Yep.
Okay. Oop, I just typed it in twice. No, I didn't. Okay.
What about computing? Whatever this is doing, it's going to take a hell of a lot of processing ability.
Yeah. Okay. So I got it. Okay. So I think we have.
You have more than 5.
Yeah. So we're going to change that into theory. What was the last one you just said? Sorry. Computing.
Yeah.
I wrote down. Yeah. So focuses that might apply: subspace theory, transporter replicators, reverse engineering, xenotechnology, EPS systems, and computing.
Only one I could think of is biology.
I was doing the focus check to see which one even apply, if any of these were even right.
Well, the thing is, we come up with a handful, and then we choose one, and we go down a road, and we see if that seems to work out or not. And if it doesn't, we have to back up and go down a different road.
Yeah.
Because we're doing scientific theory. I personally lean towards subspace theory as being the starting point.
Same. Yeah. Those, sorry, 6, but I can knock down one of them if that makes it easier. Because it's subspace theory all the way down. It just separated it out because roll 20. Ooh. That raises new questions. Yeah, that's going to be a new one. Quantum mechanics. We need at least 2 others to make it worth our time.
So it's not subspace theory, transporter replicators. Were you counting computing and it wasn't those? Okay.
I'm reaching on that one. Although subspace theory might have covered the same thing, so it might be just covering the same ground all over again.
Dimensional theory?
Like biology, how it picks its.
How it fit the people in there?
Yeah.
Or
and how it actually knows which ones to pick in the first place.
Then I would have gone with the genetics.
Okay. Genetics.
Multiverse theory, dimensional
String theory.
transportation. Yeah.
Let's try going for these 4 first. I want to see if if any of them fire. Quantum mechanics, unified field theory, biology, and genetics.
I think the GM is BRB'd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in case those fail, let's assume those are going to go badly. What else would we ask? If those were all wrong.
For help.
Right.
Offer him a cookie
Cry
or
in a
something.
corner. Maybe he'll help us out.
I think one of them was dimensional theory.
You were a small child and just hug it, crying. Or maybe that's just me.
No, I'm right there with you. Just curl up with a cornetto in the corner, crying. I don't know. Psychology? Why would they take them? I don't know.
What are we trying to accomplish here?
How did they move all these humans off our ship? Through what mechanism?
I'd also be curious as to why, but we can find that out later.
Well, the scientific method that we're asking, I checked with the GM, was what they did and how they did it. Because the rest of it we can find out once we know that. It's like, okay, now we can backtrack and start pulling apart the rest of it. GM, you're back. Yeah. Okay.
Go quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
Thinking quantum entanglement for instantaneous transport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just chasing. I'm just gonna spend one for now because I know testing a theory is gonna fire here in a second. But on the first roll, I'll just and with science 2, hopefully you'll add in. She better be.
And
I can't
Chitre
order her.
definitely should too.
Trade.
Pause as well.
Nah, she's only rolling a 10 when it comes to reason science.
Yeah, but she does have that 3 science.
Yeah, because even if she gets one hit, it adds to our total.
Fair enough.
Reason science. This is Trey.
Well,
Oh, someone
what
rolled
you
it
know.
already. Never mind. Someone beat me to it. Oh no, that was for so and so.
That was Pos. Yeah, sorry.
I
it should
just goes
just be
to Trey
one.
like a smart person.
Hold on, I get to roll. Sonadel. Technically, they both can, but I'll only roll with one.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 7 hits. Oh, wow.
Whew. Got it in 2.
Ah. Hmm. GM?
It's down there. It's there.
Oh,
It's
sorry. I didn't see it in
Argo
there.
Chat.
Yeah. I know it was in there, so I was just sitting on the roll trying to going, do.
Yeah, she'll hit the panel thing on her chair. Mira,
Bad dog.
von Wartburg, can you track it?
Theoretically, yeah. Now that we know what to look for.
Get on it then, please.
Hey, to Trey, I'm putting into main memory what you're looking for. Just tune your sensors to that on the beta and psi bands. You should be able to see it.
And she'll look at Mr. Chitre.
And Chitre is gonna look for the trail, the supposed theoretical trail. Yeah. As we drive into a black hole.
Haggard's going to try and drive if he sees something that looks like a town or whatever city I'm going to try to drive into that. For Paradise Falls. All right, I'll take a momentum for an extra die. Oh, not so much.
That's what happens when you get Paz to do it.
True. Forgot to switch back. No, I rolled on Haggard's sheet. I just had the name changed.
He thinks he's in England and is driving on the wrong side of the road.
Am I in town now, or? All right. Is there some sort of parking space? There are other vehicles kind of parked in between these markings? Okay, I will try and move the car between two of those markings and park it. Ah. All right. Turn off the motor, get out, kind of straighten up my coat and just kind of pull the brim of my fedora down just a little bit and just kind of scan around with kind of slitty cop eyes at everybody around who's looking at me. Yep. I nod and I kind of walk into town. I'm looking for a library. Where's my character sheet? Oh, there it is. Inside con. I'll give you a determination for another die. Ooh.
Sorry?
I mean, momentum. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
I was like,
I'll go in there. Take off my hat as I go in the door. Is there someone behind the circulation desk? Ma'am? Local history section. I'm looking for founding documents, the origin of the town, early history. Certainly. And what's your name, ma'am? Esther. I was about to say. It's okay. Sorry, Esther. It's been a long morning. And I haven't been feeling quite myself. Almost as if I woke up in a whole different world. Or coffee, one of the two. As far back as you can go. Oh, there's definitely a case here. What state is this? What state? Well, cities and towns exist in larger governmental and political organizations called states. At least they did in the 20th century United States. Now, if we were in Canada, they would be provinces. But everyone here is speaking a fairly Americanized dialect of English, and all of the cars out there, this seems very American-like. I'm feeling fine. So, which isn't that a little bit odd, Esther? We belong to the United States, but we're not in one of those states. And I start flipping through the books. Are they, do they seem complete, or are they just, is there a point where the pages turn blank, or anything cool like that? Oh no. This is where the determination gets spent. Rolling a whopping 8 on reason science. Yeah, I think I will spend a determination on 750 people depend on me. If you'll take it. Okay, so my crew generally depends on me, and I've been separated from my crew by something. So I've got to get back to them, and I've got to figure out what's going on so I can get back to them, because 750 people depend on me. Okay. So there's an automatic success for 2, which will get me there. Let me roll just a straight reason science. I will be damned. And here's my veteran. Yay! Well, Esther, I'm finding what I thought I would find. And once she's gone back to where she is, I'll say in a conversational tone, if you are watching, your little charade here has gotten pretty thin. Show yourselves and let's have a talk. All right, then. We'll do this the hard way. And I'll just kind of leave the books there. And then as I walk by, I stop at the desk. Esther, one more thing. What's the capital of Wyoming? The capital of Wyoming. What about the capital of New York? There are more things on Earth, Esther, than are tripped of on your philosophy. Have a good day. I put my hat on in a rakish angle as I go back out the door. And now I'm going looking for the police station. I head that way. Nope. Wolfgang! And I kind of run after it, waving.
Ulysses? Doctor? And I'll get out of the car once he pulls aside. Looks up.
Who's your friend?
That's Dr. Morona. Moreno. Wow, I mixed my head up completely. Molson.
Molson. Why does that sound familiar?
Well, I don't think you've met him before. But does ex Astra Santa mean anything to you? My Latin's a little rusty.
Well, it's better than mine, Wolfgang. Yeah, of course, it's the motto of the Academy.
Oh, thank God. I've been stuck talking with people who don't know where the heck we are, dealing with money that doesn't exist, in a city that definitely doesn't exist, in a stateless wonderland.
Oh, yeah, it gets more interesting. I just came from the public library, and I kind of motioned over my shoulder and pushed my hat kind of back up on my head. So it doesn't take long flipping through the books to come to blank page after blank page, and the librarian has no idea what a state is and couldn't name any the capitals of Wyoming or even New York. Wasn't aware that New York was a state. So,
even though apparently I seem to be a corporal, or formerly a corporal, of the United States Marine Corps.
yeah, well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome, I guess.
I'm some sort of police detective.
I take out the badge from my pocket and flash it. Same.
Hey, I've got one of those. So if you're here, though, that means probably some others of the crew are here.
I'm gesture with my chin toward a retreating car. That's the Doctor of the Pioneer.
That's where I've heard the name before.
Now, I gave him the same quote to you, but he he seemed to almost recognize it, but he didn't seem to. Either he was hiding that he knew it, or it sparked something in him. But when I brought up the Pioneer, it didn't mean anything to him.
I kind of look around and then kind of take Wolfgang's elbow and start us walking. So, get this. When I'm leaving the house, my quote-unquote wife gives me a hug and tells me that, quote, they're always watching, end quote. I don't know who she was. I was a little bit too befuddled to ask her. Maybe another one of the Pioneer crew members?
I had something similar. There's this Japanese woman, I believe, to test to see if this was an alien simulation of some kind. I decided to change languages. English is a common language in America, but French, however, is not in this cultural biome anyway. But she spoke it rather quickly with a bit of an accent, which normal. Then she tried to recite to me in Japanese, and I didn't understand her automatically.
No
So there's no universal
translators.
Right.
And was she supposedly your wife?
That was the context I was getting. Seemed to be mid 20th century Americana. Shrug.
If so, it's another clue that the whoever set up this place, whatever it may be, doesn't quite have this historical depth they need. A marriage to between a Japanese woman and a white American male in the 50s would be quite frowned upon. Even at this time, they weren't letting servicemen who were stationed in Japan marry Japanese women.
See, that's what it was. I thought that seemed strange to me. I couldn't
They were
remember.
still operating under those archaic theories of quote unquote race, even though everyone was obviously the same species.
Shakes his head.
Mm.
Well, I'll throw a momentum at it just so I don't whiff on it too bad. Insight, you say? Ooh, good thing I did that.
Yeah.
My best help off the top of my head was to go into this police station and look over their records. Usually peacekeeping organizations keep records of movements and such. And with this badge and my supposed authority, I might be able to get a bit more movement. But I am glad that I'm not the only one here. I didn't want to be guessing at mid 20th century tech. Most of my studies focused on the 21st and 22nd, and then medieval. 20th is a bit... it's hard to read about.
You should have seen me driving a car.
Oh,
if
you
you
all
could
right?
call it that. I'm fine. A pedestrian almost wasn't.
Oh, there's your car over there.
But checking out the police records is not a bad idea.
Wait, I just remembered. The woman I was speaking with, she was the communication officer for the Pioneer.
The one in your house?
Yeah. And it's possible me and you aren't the only ones who are here. If she's here, the doctor's here, but they were playing along, either through brainwashing or because they were told to. But what doesn't make sense to me is why we aren't playing along. I understand what I am. I have a somewhat strange mental experiences, but I don't think you went into any particular training yourself, unless you happen to run into an alien species that mess with your brain.
Maybe my wife was a crew member too, and she did say they're always watching. So
she seemed aware.
So they, for whatever reason, they may all be acting or under some threat of something. My question is, where does this information come from to build this setting? It's almost accurate, but not quite. So I'm wondering if they maybe got the information from one of the Pioneer crew.
And if their computers weren't entirely intact, the computer storage wouldn't be correct. So they'd be getting bits and pieces. Because if it was coming from our memories, a lot of this wouldn't make sense to some of us. It wouldn't translate over. Some of us aren't even that well read into this time period. But if you got it from a computer, you didn't know the language right.
Back in this time, they had communication booths, public communication booths. It's not what they were called, but these booths had paper listings of people and their contact codes.
Oh, a phone book. Yeah, I've seen one of those. I don't know.
Let's see if we can't find a Kaiden Mayer. Wasn't that the captain? Mayer or Meyer?
Believe you're right, sir. I'm going to look around for one of these phone booths.
Because it's the 50s where they were everywhere.
Yeah. Because it was 10 years ago where it used to be everywhere.
Right.
No, but anyway. Well, I believe that's one. Or that's a transporter hub. I'm not entirely sure. I really hope that's what it is.
I'll see if you can find Mayer's name or any of the other crew that we can remember.
Time to flip through a phone book. Looking for familiar names.
Could we just spin the 2 momentum to make an advantage?
Yeah, I'll throw 2 at it.
Looks like we're spinning the momentum, GM.
Wow, that's an
Nora
odd-
West. Oh, she took my last name. How sweet.
Oh.
I'm not surprised.
So that's a lot of people.
So, do you have any? I dig in my pocket, and do I have any change? Call up Martel.
Oh, okay. Grabs the receiver, holds it up, and starts dialing and expects it to ring, and nothing happens.
I think you've got to put money in it first. Here, I hand him, I don't know, a dime.
Shove. Where? Oh, coin receiver. Okay. It's like a children's toy. I'll dial up Caleb.
Martel's Cars.
Martel. God dang it. They're rather polite here.
Oh, great. So, Martel's gonna, pick up the phone kind of quickly and go, Martel's Gas and Auto, how can I help you?
Martel, this is Wolfgang.
Okay.
How are you today? Shakes his head at the captain. And mouths, I got him.
I'm good. How about you?
A little lost. Just seeing if you've been on the Argo recently.
Yeah, last I knew they had some engine trouble.
Does the Latin phrase ex scienta astra mean anything to you?
Sierra Foxtrot Alpha.
According to my records here, shakes his head. You're somewhat out of town, but would you be able to meet at in the town square near the a vehicle that's somewhat parked on the grass?
Hey, I made that roll. It's parked in the slot.
Yeah, you need me to bring the tow truck?
If you can manage it, sure. I got Ulysses here if you want to have a chat with him.
I got Anders.
Okay. We'll see the both of you here then.
I can't. Both of us can't leave. I gotta leave someone to mind the shop.
Well, I am a lieutenant of the police force, and I do have some questions for you. So, for the both of you, it's very important.
Yeah, I'll swing by there. I'll bring the tow truck as well, so that way
Thank you.
that way you know whose car isn't towed by somebody else.
I think we'll see it on the name, Martel.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll see you soon then.
Yeah, you're at the library?
Yeah, just next to the police station.
Alright, give me 10 minutes.
All right. He'll hang the phone up like he saw someone else do.
And at that point, Anders will walk into the office area. Fix the radiator. And now that that's gone, what the hell?
I don't know. But I just talked to Commander Von Warp.
Is he gonna get us out of this Leave It to Beaver nightmare?
Well, both him and the captain appear to be police detectives right now, so I have no idea.
Well, some guys get all the luck, huh?
Yeah, hey, look, I'm gonna have to take the tow truck. Apparently, the captain doesn't know how to drive.
You do know we can...
Yeah, and to be fair, I did manage to park the car in space, so I parallel parked.
Actually, Martel, I think I should drive. We both know how you are at piloting. Driving is a little bit like that, but I've actually had practice, he says. No offense, sir.
None taken. Tell you what, why don't you take the tow truck, go get the commander and the captain, bring them back here to the shop. I'll start working on this truck's transmission.
Yes, sir.
We don't really want to come back to the shop.
Yeah, I know.
He slowly walks over. Hello.
Nordland.
Thank the... Yeah, I was just about to give this car a ticket. It was just over there.
It looks like every human member of the Argo crew is here, according to the phone book anyway, not to mention every member of the Pioneer crew, the captain of whom is the chief of police. I'm thinking maybe we ask the chief what's going on. Better question, though, who's the mayor of this town?
He's probably the bloke who parked that car. He looks like he owns the place.
The car is parked fine, people.
If you want to take a taxi to the curb.
All right, everybody's losing a bar when we get home.
We have to get there first.
Oh, sorry, Captain. I never knew you parked it.
Norland, have you seen anyone else on your way here?
I've seen quite a few people, but nobody I actually recognised. I thought I'd hit my head or something. I was just walking around in a dream world until I saw you two.
Nice to know where your wake up call, Nordland.
Yes.
But yeah, we're meeting up with others of the ship. Hopefully, we might be able to congregate others, but supposedly Captain says that someone here might be watching us. Although what that exactly entails, I don't know.
Well, I do have a primitive weapon.
As do I. However, I can't imagine whoever set up this simulation is going to give us anything that might actually have any effect on them. And I fill Nordland in on what I discovered at the library and how the simulation isn't quite as perfect as it should be.
But it does seem to weigh a bit. I might be able to hit somebody with it if push comes to shove. But it doesn't seem to have a stun setting, so I think we probably should restrain from using them anyway.
Yeah, this time period they used explosion-propelled projectiles, I believe. So they weren't exactly up to less than lethal weaponry back then. It's around the time the atomic age, I think, has started by now.
Barely.
Oh, great. So if it's true, we're getting radiation as well.
Captain, it just occurred to me. There's only humans here. All the names, they're human names.
Well, the Pioneer had an all-human crew, so maybe that's the reason behind why only the human complement of the Argo was taken. But well, that at least relieves one of my worries. The Argo's in good hands, whether we're there or not, or whether we make it back or not, although I'll be damned if I'm going to get stuck here the rest of my life.
Well, if the captain of the ship's here, how many years has it been? Does time actually pass here?
100 years, I don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions. I'm hoping maybe the chief/captain can give us some, but
because if he's the same age, it'd mean that like 100 years, so he might even be in unlife.
Right, unless time is passing differently here, or I don't know. And if mayor's like the rest of the Pioneer crew we've met, they've been very, very careful about maintaining their characters.
I
Toby
suppose after
There.
100 years, it would be like a sort of indoctrination. That even if you do remember, you're just so used to here that you'd be frightened of the outside world. Like people who've been to prison.
Are frightened of whoever's running this charade.
That's the strange thing. That's what doesn't make sense to me. If you were going to have a subdued populace or prison populace, normally you seal them away from a place of power. They wouldn't put you in a place of authority. The fact that the three of us, for example, are peace officers of some kind, you would leave that to your security guards, I would think, unless their security comes in a different form, agents or
Well, but I
the
had
town
an
government.
opportunity over breakfast to read the paper this morning, and there's no bad news. It's all local news, and it's all good news. Doesn't seem to
Well-
be any crime. There's no mention of the Cold War that was going on in this period. No
Well, of
national
course,
headlines
we're doing a
whatsoever.
really good job.
So,
And if it's the only thing that's strange to you is that we're all policemen, I'd advise you to look around. So,
Well, that's the only strange thing. It's the thing that if they were trying to trick us or indoctrinate us, you wouldn't want to put us in a position where we actually do any damage if we woke out of our state. So I don't see their motivation, why they'd bother grabbing us. I
I'm
guess
wondering-
study, but
why they picked this time period? If it was just a random drawing, or I'm wondering if one of the crew is complicit.
maybe the first person they asked where you want to be.
Well, Nora took a risk in giving me a warning. So maybe we should backtrack to her and see.
Do you know where this Nora works? I remember the lady I knew said she was going to school. I presume a teacher.
GM, did it look like Nora was going to work, or if she was doing the whole... I think she's what they used to call a housewife, number one. They didn't go to work.
Oh,
And our kids were already bustled off to school, so...
kids, sir?
Two, a boy and a girl. Quite nice, actually.
Raise an eyebrow. How long have you been here, sir?
So, what time is it?
About 10:30, I'd say.
It's probably since about 6 a.m.
No, I'm just wondering why, like, you have a woman at your place, you have a wife and child, and I woke up in a studio apartment.
On Nordland, I might take that as a sign that you need to work on your personality, but we can solve all that later.
Wait a minute. The higher ranked people are in the police department. Because you're an officer, we're officers.
The captain of the Pioneer is the chief.
What rank are you, sir? I know I'm a lieutenant according to this badge.
I'm a detective lieutenant.
Detective lieutenant. Oh, they made us the same rank. That's funny. They weren't exactly getting our hierarchy right, but they're maintaining it to some degree, I think.
And obviously I was security, so putting me as a cop would make sense.
Maybe we ought to go visit the chief and see what we can get out of him.
I'm wondering if we can get the chief to meet us somewhere other than the police station. I have a bad feeling about going into the lion's den, as it were, and then asking for answers. Either if he's complicit or not, it's he's in a rather high position of authority here.
Nope, threat's getting spent. So Haggard will take another nickel and put it in the phone, and Dot.
Oh, that's not good.
So I will look up the the number for the chief's office.
Are they rushing towards us?
And dial it. This is Detective Lieutenant Haggard. I'd like to speak to the chief. What kind of incident? I hang up the phone. Apparently there's some sort of incident at the park. So I guess we start walking in the direction that the police cars were going.
It won't stop.
What color's the smoke?
Anders will look at Martel and say, "Do you want the damsel?"
Yeah, you take the truck. Go get you know who.
Very well. And he'll let Martel get out before he starts going towards where everybody was in the tow truck. Because if Martel can't fix a combustion engine, he is not much of an engineer.
So Martel walks over to the lady and goes, "Alrighty. When did it start happening?" Oh. That doesn't sound good. Alright, I'll take a look at it and see if I can tell you what's wrong. You can wait, I guess, in the lobby, which also doubles as a small little convenience store, so. And
He heads to the lobby.
and Martel literally gets right to work, pops the hood, and trying to figure out what happened. You said reason engineering?
And I assume I have to make a con roll to drive the truck.
Uh, I'm gonna take one momentum.
Let's hit the carburetor. Figured it.
Stupid radiators.
It's the second one today.
Yeah.
Alright, these are actually already in the truck.
I mean, we don't care much about cars getting stolen in our time either, so. But yeah. I meant in Starfleet time. Anyway. I'm going to spend a determination, get the job. One momentum, one threat for a third dice. And 3 successes. He curses under his breath as he gets it going. Manual. But yeah, he will drive towards town. Probably catching sight of them on the way. Fair enough.
Well, would my character know that in this day and time it costs money to do stuff like that? Okay, then in that case, I'm going to walk into the lobby and try and find the lady. So, I'll walk up to her and go, ma'am? It appears the radiator blew. Well, yes. If the radiator has a leak, then the coolant sprays all over the engine, causing the smoke, and eventually the engine overheats, and if you don't get it taken care of, the engine can stop working. I
Lights are lower
can.
limits.
Language is it?
She As a vehicle, yeah. I can, but it'll cost you a little.
I have.
Well, let me think. Doing a conversion rate. Me as a player, I'm converting it. I'm going back a little bit. Probably about $15. Yeah, and I'm guessing I probably have a bunch of radiators laying around some. Radiators seem to be a common occurrence.
Don't they though?
I can have you back on the road in about 30 minutes, maybe 45. I'll get started on it right away. Wait, Control Con?
Assigned to control engineering.
Okay.
He's so used to the con rolls.
Well, don't you know back then you drove the car to make it feel better? It's like giving it walkies.
I'll take a moment.
Hey, I was kidding. Don't have to spend momentum just to make me feel bad.
Fire it up, run it for about 5 minutes. With the bay door open, of course. No, I get the reference. Turns it off, heads inside, starts writing up an invoice.
Like greased lightning. Greased lightning.
Yeah. It is, just give me 1 second and I'll have you out of here. Finishes writing up the invoice, turns it towards her. It says 1530. I'm on the other side of the counter, but okay. On the counter. So
Yep.
Martello will go, okay, I just need you to sign here, and here's your. Yeah, and tears off the top. No, not the top copy. The middle copy, and hands it to her. Oh, no problem. Saved me from having to tear out a trans. Yeah, it's still in the bay, but yeah, it's ready to go. Just keep that car safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
I only took ownership of the shop last week.
And then,
You all right, ma'am?
come on.
Of course. And you can tell Martel has that little bit of a curious look, kind of like, especially when he heard combustion. But he was like, okay.
Kind
Oh, another Ensign Mira, eh?
Mia.
Yeah.
He's gonna look at her and go, yes, I'm Lieutenant Commander Martel. Something
She
like
stops her
that.
and is like,
Well, thank you. Here's your car. Festival? Yeah, I'll be there.
She
Wait, puts it in drive?
yeah.
Okay.
He's assuming you backed it in.
I'm
Okay, yeah. Okay.
She rams the store.
That's what I was fixing to say. If she puts it in drive, then she goes right through the wall.
What do you think all the threat spend was for?
Oh no, she'll ruin your fictional business in a fictional game. Inside a fictional. No, okay. There's about 14 wall breaks there, I think.
We're not Inception. I get it. I'm only a lieutenant, but can it just once, just once, can somebody be where they say they're gonna be? And he will get out and look up and down the street, see if he sees anybody. He will stop somebody and say, Did you see a gentleman? He looks and sees the phone booth, I assume, and says, anybody that was using this just a little bit ago? And he points to the phone booth. Right. Sorry, somebody called for a tow and, well, they're not here. So, thank you, he says. He smiles. He will. Let's see. I didn't get the information that they were cops, did I? No. Like Martell didn't tell Anders that. Nope. Okay. All right. He's going to curse under his breath and will drive the street slowly, looking for the commander and them. Maybe they're walking. I don't know. But he was told to meet somebody here, but they're not here. So. we're gonna go Easter egg hunt. I'm going on a hunting trip.
Hop in. Thanks for the lift. Right. Well, hop out, walk over to them.
I'm gonna hop out and quickly move over to the guy who's on the ground. Yeah, Wolfgang just goes to the body, doesn't really pay them much mind, and checks to see how bad the woman's been. I'll throw momentum at it.
Haggard will hunker down where he can get a look at her face and see if maybe he recognizes her from the ship, from the Argo. Okay. Well, you can take that up with the chief. His office is the one who told us to come down here. So I kind of look up at him where I'm hunkered and I say, so you guys are out of Quantico, huh? What state's that in again?
Can I do a insight security?
Yeah, I understand.
Can I do an insight security to see if I have any to like check the crime scene? cell, see if I can pick up anything that they might miss.
Figure out what happened.
Yeah. I'll take a threat because I've got bold instead of cautious.
Yeah. It's true. Well, at least the complication's gone.
Do we want to?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. The complication. I look to the captain to see if he gives me any directions to either stay or go.
Sergeant, Norland's with me for the moment. Have another of your men do it if you don't mind. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a threat for a third die, so I can use bold.
Just being right, hook him.
Persuasion is a focus. Reroll 1. Ha-ha!
Wow.
It's all right.
Well, Norland, what do you think? As he's shouting orders, I'm trying to get him to tell me stuff before more attention comes on us again.
Yeah, stab repeatedly. Looks like somebody's skilled. He's gone for vital organs. Her church. She looks like she's out on the town. Her purse hasn't been touched. Passion?
Guessing this person's been dead like 12 hours, though. This town just let this body sit here in this park for that long?
It is still quite early, but then you would have thought somebody would have been walking a dog or something.
Yeah.
Have we seen a dog?
Or any animals, yeah. Birds, bees.
Oh.
Okay, just making sure.
It hasn't been mentioned. So it's like, is it just us? Is it just humans?
It's just, no, I'm not saying that. Haggard.
Yes.
There's nothing we can do for this woman, but skilled attacker about 12 hours or so ago. It doesn't look like a robbery according to Norland here.
Well, the purse hasn't been touched.
Does Haggard have a pen or a pocket knife or anything like that? Like a
flip book?
Okay. Oh, and it's about that time. So I'll take out my handkerchief and open the woman's purse, keeping the handkerchief on my hands, and take out her wallet, see if I can find some ID.
Someone took basic forensics. I say as he does the handkerchief thing.
Haggard just
So-
keeps looking for the ID.
Nolan walks over. So FBI, what kind of skills do you have to do to be one of them? And just tries to like
Stall.
stall them a bit while he does the rest. Wish me luck.
There's momentum on the table.
I'll
true.
take momentum.
Whew.
No, because I just heard that the test's really, really hard, and it's one of them things I've always wanted to do. You know, I want to like go better than myself. There must be some way I can get into Quantico. You know, you guys in suits, you show up, push them out of the room. All the things are just, you know, sometimes it's really hard.
Can I see your papers for jurisdiction? I say as I stand up. You have paperwork. I hold
No.
up my badge. I have one too.
Hope his came with a set of some conflict.
Not under separation of powers. Since this is the United States of America, there's only so much jurisdiction you have. So you give us a good reason why this is a federal matter. I think you can kindly have a walk into our wonderful town.
There is a beautiful ice cream shop at the bottom corner.
So while all
wish
this is going on, does Haggard get her name? Wolfgang? What's the difficulty on this control security?
Can I lean into persuasion here? That's a focus. Whoo, bargain comes into play. Sorry. Also a focus, which is also good. I believe so. I'm making sure I'm not cheating you, though. I'm pretty sure that's right. Tick, tick, tick. Let's reroll. Reroll. Okay, so I will buy a die. Is this an oppose or a flat diff? 2. Yeah, I'll spend that momentum for an extra die. All right, then.
Okay. I'll take a momentum for third die just in case. Glad I took the third die. Or was it? Amelia Keller. So I put that, just drop it back in the purse and stand up. And kind of join Wartburg and said, so as I understand it, the FBI has jurisdiction in interstate affairs. So what two states or multiple states are involved in this crime? Yeah, so what state are we in? What state are we in? Surely you know what state you're operating in. Uh-huh. Funny how you guys got here so quickly. Looks like the body was just found. How'd you hear about it? And they called the FBI instead of the Pleasant Falls Police? Paradise Falls Police?
Huh. Federal agent first responders. There's a thought.
Hmm. That is a thought.
Agents, who's your superior? For my notes. I'll take the card. Thank you very much. And I'll actually examine it. And a phone number.
So what city?
Okay, I wanted it just to be the logo and a number. Like, okay, guys, really?
So which office do you operate out of, agents? Ah.
What I've seen of this town, it doesn't seem big enough to have an FBI.
Yep. Usually those are.
You as well, agents.
Yeah.
Well, by now we might be able to meet up with the people at the park, but that didn't look like anyone I recognized on the Argo.
Nor I. I don't know if this is meant to distract us or what. Let's head back towards the station. See if I can find.
We were going to meet with the others at the park there as well.
No, we remember we told them to meet us across the
Near
street
the
from the
station.
police station, right?
All right, I thought there was a city park there for some reason. Derp.
So, apparently, it was far enough away where the car got us there quicker.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can find the officer who gave us back to the station.
Yeah.
You said reason or science. con. Oh, I understand.
Decided I don't know if you want to take a shot at this or if you want Clone Wolfgang to come at it with.
With reason science, abso-freaking-lutely. Even with her 5 con, her reason is 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
yikes. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there with you.
She's more insightful than anything.
Mm.
Can Chitre assist? Okay.
She'll actually move from the captain seat back to her seat and say, "Give me something good."
I know,
Down to
working
the-
on it. She seems a little frazzled as she's been hearing emotions all the way up. So,
I got Chitre.
Welcome to the real world, kiddo.
astronavigation focus. So that's one hurdle. Can't really think of a value to spend it towards, so that's a problem. So I'll just worry about that later. I will spend at least 2. I don't want to give you threat because that's going to cause me problems later. I'm going to spend.
Remember, you've got both Chitre, who's rolling a 16, and then the ship assisting.
Yeah.
As
So
well.
I'm gonna just give myself 1 extra die. Plus, future rolls will fall into testing a theory and stuff. So the next rolls won't be so bad. Yeah, really. You're weak. Wow.
Nice. Chitre using sensor operations as a focus.
Oops, wrong person.
There's Chitre. And the Argo.
Six challenge dice. Make sure that's still in there. It is. Piercing. And I'll just buy 1 more for 5. And now so testing a theory comes into it because I've done this before, which means theory into practice comes into it.
Blam, blam.
Wolfkings are very good at repetitive tasks. Not much else. Don't make them
He's
do
a
anything
factory
outlandish.
man.
Yeah, I'll just roll that with that because I should be able to hit a diff 2. And
Here comes Chitre.
the rest is just gravy. 1,
And the ship.
2.
The exact same roll, damage wise.
1 work. To try pulling some of the energy off the port side, move it to the starboard side. We'll worry about that array later.
Aye,
Might
sir.
catch it. Don't sir me. I'm no officer.
All right.
I just know how to work here.
Mm. Mm.
3, you say? It's 2 to buy an extra die. Once I have one more, so I'll do that. Just want to make sure I get it. Here we go.
Nice. Trey. And the Argo. No whammies. Oof.
Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll the whiffs. There we go.
And we got 6 intervals left. Need to get 3 more breakthroughs.
One. I'll roll flat because I have 3 dice now, so I should be okay. Yep.
Mr. Trey, and then the Argo.
Goes up to 6. Swing. Well, that one float's gonna reroll those whiffs.
Four intervals left.
And can we get that? If I do that, if I spend, I think I can get to 25 with momentum. If I do 1 for resistance and then buy up. Oh, I wouldn't finish it one go, yeah.
Increasing.
Nah. I was debating it. I almost did it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll at it again. Difficulty 0 still.
Yay! Oof.
2 floating.
There's the ship.
Rerolling the fails with 1 of that float.
I think we still have 2 floating.
Yeah. Pierce. Well, 2 floating, 1 for Pierce, 1 for work, and then to finish the work track.
Yay! Well done.
I hope he didn't like the port side array.
And we'll get Martel to fix it when we find him.
That's why I wanted to rush at least one of them. I was like, I'm running out of time. I'm not the time person. That's a different character. Well, I found it. Traced it to the system about some 95 light years away. I'd say 26 days or so to get there.
Are you all right?
Well beyond claimed
Yeah.
space.
FGC 59243.
Well, we were sent out here to explore, weren't we?
Yep.
And as she is acting captain, she is going to set the course for that destination, and as fast as she, basically max cruising warp, because that's the safest she feels with the engineering staff she's got. Yeah.
I might advise you send a message to Starfleet Command to let them know what we're up to. We're going well beyond their listening posts now.
Yeah. She will. Well, she can't look at Huron. Huron's or Mira. Mira's not here. She will do it, I guess. She'll send the message saying that we're going, relaying the information, sending a data packet kind of thing.
I would ask for some help as well, acting captain. If they can transport people that far, I would not like to see what their weapons capability is like.
Well, it doesn't hurt to ask for reinforcements if we're lucky someone else. Although, if memory serves, we're the furthest one out. At least this direction.
Wasn't that why we were? That's why we were sent to look for the Pioneer, so to speak. It's because we were the only ship out here.
I thought we were just in the area doing surveys.
No, we were sent on deep space exploration into unexplored space.
But, Doctor, it is suitable to ask, since sometimes Starfleet security and intelligence don't necessarily reveal all the ships that are in the area. There might be someone else out here doing something, and they might help us. Even if they say no, that might be a temporary yes if we're lucky. I wouldn't hold my breath about it, but she shrugs.
She will add that to the message as well, requesting reinforcements and sending the coordinates for the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Well, you have them now too.
Yeah. Since I'm doing it from my console, does con commit or multitasking come in? Okay. Nah, it's fine. I'll just take use a momentum.
Yeah, we have momentum on the table, so.
That was Sonadel, not Anders, just wrong.
Comms engineering, you say? Yep.
Yeah. She will look at the doctor and say, I sent the message, but at the same time, I don't want to leave them there any longer than we have to. And
I'm not saying that we should leave them there. I'm just saying, if there's something else out here that could help, we might as well ask.
Well, you got a whole other starship right there. Can't keep up with you at all, but
we've been moving at warp 5 there, Tazova.
Right.
Once we're underway, Lieutenant, may I request a word with you?
Yes. And she will look at the doctor and say, if you could, just in case, get sickbay ready in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, she'll hit the buttons to go to warp. If we get backup, we get backup, but she's also not leaving the captain.
Yeah, and
No.
if command calls for us to turn around, they have time to call us before we get there.
Yeah. And then she will leave the rest of the piloting to Ensign Haran and say, you wanted to speak with me in the captain's ready room, yeah? So
Perhaps the lounge would be more suitable.
fair enough.
And then she assassinates you. No, I'm just kidding.
Put her out of her misery, yeah.
Lieutenant, given that we're going to be out here for a little bit, if command doesn't turn us around, if I'm to continue helping you, it might be prudent to give me a brevet ensigncy or officership while I continue to help. It isn't proper for a non-verified officer to be on the bridge. I just came up because I knew what to look for, and telling Trey how to do it would have wasted a lot of time. But you're the senior officer, you're the CO, and you have to make that call. Same goes for your Sonadell twin. Neither of us are really approved by the command system.
I'm aware of that. I'll do that because I'm gonna need both of your help. Because we're running on a skeleton crew.
Well, the ship is rated for this many people. It's not great. I might also suggest you request the doctor check over people, make sure they're okay. And honestly, I think that you should the doctor as your designate the doctor as your executive officer. He's next in line, and frankly, if you don't do that, he might, if he deems that your command is not fitting, he might just take command from you, because he does under the grand rank system. He could just pull rank on you, but so far he's been respecting of the division of powers between command and medical. But I wouldn't test that boundary if I were you. Wouldn't be the first doctor to seize command if they thought it was necessary.
Yeah, I appreciate the advice. Like, you can, because you're an empath in this form, she is a ball of stress. Like, she is 24 years old, in charge of an entire starship. She is freaking the hell out on the inside. She's not showing it, but she is.
You can sense a sense of
actually
concern
do
in
that.
mentorship.
I appreciate the advice.
Of course, Lieutenant. Oh, and if this takes longer to get back, the appropriate address, if you're the commanding officer, is Captain, according to tradition. But I don't know if you want to push that particular button too hard or not. That's up to you.
How about after the 4 weeks, if we don't find them?
All right, Lieutenant.
And she will. Thank you, Ensign. She smiles, and we'll walk in there because she is going to do it. So she's just fairly. Yeah. Doctor, can I see you for a moment?
I know.
Out in the hall.
Yes, of course.
Chill. Yeah, she's not even. She's just gonna be in the hall, and she's going to be like pacing back and forth a little bit.
Is there anything I can help you with?
I need an exo, she says. And while yes, Wolfgang might have been probably the proper choice, her not holding a proper rank, and you've been in Starfleet a lot longer than I have. I could use the advice. Yeah.
Of course. I'll help you anyway.
Alright. And I actually have one more thing I need you to do. Keep an eye on the crew. We're running on a skeleton crew for the next month at least. Double shifts are going to be pulled. Exhaustion may be a thing.
Exhaustion's gonna be a thing, Captain, if they're all doing double shifts. Maybe we could have a look at the rotor, see if we can try to release as many. Try to run it even leaner, just to try to give some people rest and do it on a split rotor. But I'll look into that for you. Also, we could
Thank you.
give them sleeping tablets for when they actually do go off duty, so they do get sleep rather than a lot of recreational time, but it is going to be hard for them.
Alright. Do what you can. And then she's like, okay, I guess it's time to go put the big girl pants on, she says. And she straightens up and will walk out and sit in the chair. And she will... well, Mira's not up here to open the ship's comms. Never mind, she will...
Oh, I think she's here by now.
She is cool. Mira, open shipwide comms. And then Prax is dead.
Nice.
Is Prax muted?
No. Yeah, he
Oh,
gave you the.
I didn't hear the sound effect, sorry. She says, this is Lieutenant Sana Dell. As most of you are aware, all of our human crew members have vanished. We have triangulated what we believe is their position and will be setting off are on our way. It will take us the better part of 3 weeks. And I know we are a smaller crew now, and I am going to have to ask you to work harder than you've worked in your entire careers. And for that, I apologize. But we all need to do our best to get the rest of our family back. And that is what I expect from every single one of you. Acting Captain out. And she cuts the comms.
There's momentum on the
Cool.
table.
Home is where the heart is for determination.
Hmm.
Does that work? I don't run from a fight?
Yeah, we have chosen to go after them rather than turn around and go home, which is the normal parameter. We lost our captain. Well, time to go home. Get a new one.
Would that one work? Or even Fast Ship Strange New Worlds?
Ooh. Aw.
Not yet. I'm running towards a fight, not from it.
Because they did steal our crew. It's not exactly a friendly thing.
I mean, if you're gonna, yeah. And then do we have 2 momentum?
Yeah, there's like 5 on the table.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to roll 4 dice. Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. My presence command is terrible.
Oh, that's. Oh, you're making sure there's no comps. Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, I did, but it's fine.
No. There we go. Oh.
All right. Do we see the Martell's service station truck? Okay.
Slowly down the street, but yes.
So thank the officer for the ride.
You know, sir, I might have just assumed that they could get here, but we don't exactly have nav sensors or anything. We'd have to. The police station does stand out. Well, it's up to you, sir. One of us could wait here in case they come by. Or
I'd like to talk to this chief, so why don't you and Nordland see if you can't wait for Martell. I'll see if I can't get in to see Captain Mayer.
perhaps Norland should go along with you as escort, sir. I hate to bring up protocol, but I'd rather you weren't alone on a place like this.
Fair enough. Nordland, you're with me. And I head up the steps of the police station and see if I can't figure out where the chief's office is. See if there's one of those, the little letter boards where you can spell out things, and you often have them at buildings that tell you what's on what floor. Right. Head up. Okay. Okay. Oh, is there a secretary or anything like that? No, I'm afraid not. Looks like there's been a murder. Is the chief in? I want to fill him in. She's upset and somewhat shocked to hear about a murder. Okay. Let's note that. So if she ushers us in, we'll go on in to see the chief. All right, I go in then. I'll be okay, Nolan. Thanks, though. Captain Mayor. Oh, sorry, Chief. Was there any reaction when I called him Captain? Oh, is it? Okay. So it looks like we have a murder on our hands. The FBI showed up first. A young woman named... I flip over my little notebook, which I have. Amelia Keller. It's like she was stabbed repeatedly in the abdomen. Murder weapon lying right there. But the FBI wouldn't let us get any closer. They were very anxious for us to get going and not at all forthcoming with any information on how they got there first and why they have jurisdiction over this. They showed us badges, but no actual paperwork. It's a little early, but it's been a hell of a day thus far. Sure, I'll have a finger or two. Straight. I smell it. See, does it smell scotch? Okay. I'll have a very small sip to begin with. How long have you been in Paris? Oh. Nora's fine. Thanks for asking. And so are the kids. So how long have you been in Paradise Falls, Chief? Does he seem to believe that? Or is he having me on? Inside command, definitely. Deception as a focus, since I'm trying to figure out if he's deceiving me or not. Difficulty 2. I'll give you a threat to fire off bold command. Oh, nice. That was actually Haggard's sheep. I hadn't changed my name. So it's like, so it's kind of like he feels like that's right, but at the same time he feels like it's not right. Right. Okay. So I'm going to use cold reading, which gives me a bonus momentum Although I think I got one floating. Okay. Let's see. So I'll spend the bonus momentum to does this sort of cognitive dissonance he's experiencing seem to be causing him any distress or of any kind, whether it's fear or anything? Okay. And I take another sip of the drink. Well, it's been the kind of day for tragedies. Did you hear about the USS Pioneer? Lost at sea. Her and all of her crew. Well, you got to feel bad for her captain. So responsible for all the lives under his command, and it's got to be terrible no matter what's happened to him. A lot of pressure. Well, I won't hold you up any longer, Chief, and I'll finish my scotch. Keep me in the loop on the FBI thing. They were acting funny. If they don't come across with proper jurisdictional paperwork, this looks like it ought to be an R bailiwick to me. We don't get a lot of murders around here, at least not in my experience. Yeah, it is. It's almost like it's in some sort of weird bubble, protected from everything bad. Well, or at least it was. So I head out of the office and back down to the street looking for. I'll collect Nordland on the way and looking for Wartburg and see if Martell has shown up yet. Okay. I have to say, Prax, I'm really enjoying this one.